thank you so much for your gift of time and energy and presence to be here with me today. I am truly grateful. And in fact, gratitude, gratefulness is the theme that I'd like to share and talk about with you today, and have you consider this question of how well have you thanked you for being you? And so I ask this question because I know it's so easy for us to focus on who we are based on an outcome, who we are based on what we can measure and see around ourselves. And that is, again, part of this, world that we live in that reminds us over and over that you should measure yourself based on what someone next to you or around you is doing. That you should push yourself harder so that you can have this result over here, as opposed to enjoying where we are. And it's this idea of needing to always be somewhere else, be something else other than celebrating and truly embracing who we are. And that begins with being grateful for you. So what is amazing about you? I will say everything. It's the sum total. It's all the parts. It's all the facets. It's all the layers, the tiramisu. It's everything about you that deserves gratitude to yourself, from yourself. So when I reflect at different periods, passages, points along my journey, I know there are many that I wish during the time I was going through them that I could send them back. That I could say, yeah, no thank you, wrong address. This doesn't belong here. But unfortunately, or fortunately, that didn't happen. And so when I really slow it down, I know that everything that I am experiencing, have experienced, will experience, is what I am a co-architect and creating for myself. Again, life is not happening to me. It's happening with me, for me. Because I'm connected to all of life. And this idea of being separate or being subject to is an illusion that we have been conditioned to believe. And I ask you to put that belief on a shelf for a moment and say, who am I if I am this co-architect? What would I like to experience? How will I move forward in each now moment, regardless of the temperature, the atmosphere, the environment, the conditions, the variables? The one constant is me, is you. And that's the constant that I want us to all begin to nurture. Have I thanked myself for being who I am? Have you thanked yourself for being who you are? And that includes your ability to be able to fall flat on your face and experiencing things that are embarrassing and humiliating, as well as things that make us feel terrified and scared or numb or full of anxiety, doubt. Because that is part of our experience, to see all the spectrum of life and then to tap in to the deeper wellspring of who we are that is centered always. Whew. Now that's hard. Or maybe not. It's different than what we've been conditioned to see, what we've been conditioned to focus on. We've been conditioned to focus on all of the minors that at the end of the day have very little to do with who we are. Who we are is not what we wear, where we go. Who we are is not what we experience. Who we are is the essence of compassion and kindness and love. And it includes experiences that reveal the parts of us that we'd like to remain hidden. And all of those facets represent us. Amazing, incredible, able to grow and expand by choice. Now, we come with our own sets of blind spots, each and every one of us. In other words, there are parts of me that need someone else or an experience to shine light so that I can see a facet that I can't look and understand just in and of myself. And it's those blind spots that as they become revealed, that they shift and become gifts and opportunities to learn and discover and appreciate on a deeper level back to the magnificence of who we are. That we're resilient, that I can one day be laughing and smiling, and then the next moment of the same day, I can be crying and in tears. And I can feel a myriad of emotions, but beyond and deeper in me is the essence of who I am that's deeper than a feeling or an experience. And that part of me is one with all of life and knows that truly all is well and more well than can be imagined. Quote from one of my favorite books. And I just want to encourage you all to take this season, this time, this moment to thank yourself for exactly who you are, uniquely you, and yet universally one with all. One with what your eyes can see and what your eyes cannot see. And so as we begin to know that I am far more than a title, far more than an outcome, a result, an accomplishment, a so-called failure, that I am peace and hope and joy and love. I am able to access this wellspring that can tune out words, actions, attitudes that attempt to keep me confined, that attempt to cause me to doubt myself, that attempt to cause me to shrink and look through a very narrow scope of myself. I instead can see the limitless me, and I invite you to thank yourself and to see yourself as the limitless, unlimited, phenomenal you, and to embrace the co-architect that you are in creating everything that is in front of you and a part of you right now.